Welcome to Biz Alchemy, a podcast about creating a new business paradigm by women, for women. I'm your alchemical host, Jacqueline Atkins, and I'm going to take you on an extraordinary adventure to create a business filled with ease, fun, spaciousness, and abundance. Hustle, be gone. Let's birth a new way. Hi there, it's great to have you back. A little late this week. I had a head cold on the weekend and was very stuffed up and lethargic. And Monday, I just did not have it in me to record a podcast and go through all the editing and everything else. So I decided to delay by a couple of days. I broke my rules. Or did I create my own rules? It was interesting, actually, because I was aware of this little voice going, well, hang on, you've never been late for a podcast episode. Like, I was aware of that little voice. I watched it. I listened to it. Not for long. And I went, great, here is another chance for me to recognize a rule that I have that actually does not serve me in any way. So this is my first ever podcast episode in almost 2 years of podcasting that has come out late. So I'm celebrating. I am celebrating that I have allowed that and feel perfectly okay about it. And as a result, you have me present, energized, and much more enthusiastic than I would have been a couple of days ago. Anyway, I am excited to begin a new series with you today. I had the inspiration a couple of weeks ago that I wanted to take you on a little journey through your personal chakras. Last year, I went through the business chakras and talked about how different stories in the business energy body can show up. And I realized I haven't actually done that for the personal chakras. I have a course on it, which is in my shop on my website, but I decided I wanted to actually take you through it. And so what I'm going to do is 1 week I will talk about a chakra. So today we'll start with the base chakra. And then the next week I'm going to give you a really short meditation. I'm going to keep it under 10 minutes, which is just a beautiful way to energetically transmute any denser stories in that chakra to free up your energy so that it supports your business more. So that's what we're going to be doing pretty much between now and Christmas. Can you believe that? I've got 3 guests, so they'll be scattered between this series or between the episodes of this series. So how organized is that? I have never had my podcast episodes planned for, it's September, October, 4 months. 4 months. So anyway, I'm impressed, but there's another part of me is actually feeling a little constricted, like, oh, what if I get this spontaneous idea? So chances are there will be some spontaneous episodes thrown in that actually just mess up the whole schedule I've put in place. So we may not have the series finished by Christmas. Let's just go on that adventure and see, shall we? So yes, actually that beautiful schedule that I've set up is very relevant to today's topic of the base chakra because the base does like a bit of structure. So your base chakra is your first chakra. It's in your coccyx area, your tailbone area. It's the most dense of the 7 major chakras because it's the most physical. And that's not a negative thing. It's just a denser vibration of energy because it's more physical. And it's very important for us. We are spiritual beings in human bodies, in physical bodies. So strength in this chakra is really important for us to really live life here on earth, to receive from this physical reality what we are able to receive. And the color of this chakra is red. Interesting, because my new branding, which is in the process, slowly my website is being transformed, but it's a darker red. So actually, I've only just realized this as I'm recording this, I am bringing more base chakra energy into my business, which makes a lot of sense because I'm doing so much more work with the earth now, so much this deep connection work with my receiving focus. So there you go. Look at that. Happened without me realizing. Anyway, I digress. So, the base chakra, also called the root chakra, embodies the energy of stability, safety, survival, financial security, because that's an important part of survival in our current society, trust, family, and your ancestry. And since the base is the most physical chakra, and we are physical beings creating physical businesses, even if it's a virtual business, it's still operating on the 3D plane. So we must operate powerfully from this chakra for success in the physical world. Like, it makes sense, right? So if you're not strong in your base chakra, well, then it does make it a little bit challenging to be successful in business. And you can often see this in people who would describe themselves as light workers, offering sort of spiritual type services, if you like, whether that is particular readings or channelings or whatever it is, but they're very upper chakra and they struggle financially because their base chakra is not grounded, it's not strong. They can have a tendency to escape to the upper chakras, which often can be perceived as more valuable, but they're not, because we're here on the physical plane. So I cannot emphasize enough the importance of a strong base chakra, and especially for business. So when I look clairvoyantly at a client's base chakra, what sort of stories and beliefs do I commonly see that change the frequency of vibration? A little aside here, you'll notice I am avoiding calling them blocks now because I don't believe they are blocks. They are just a denser frequency of vibration, and that can be transmuted. So some of those stories include fear around survival needs and especially having enough money because, as I said, money is really what helps us survive on this earth plane at this time. So this can show up as feeling lack, fears that you're going to run out of money, that there's never enough, being in survival mode. Another story is doubting your ability to provide for yourself. So you're disconnected from the fact that you are the source of your safety and security, that you are actually self-sufficient. Also, quite common is this feeling of being unsupported, and that could be by your partner, by your friends, by your kids or extended family, by colleagues, by your tribe, by the universe, by yourself. I mean, ultimately, that's where it comes down to, that you do not feel supported by yourself, but it's reflected to you in all those other people. Also, feelings of insecurity commonly show up in the base chakra. And this can be to do with not trusting yourself. This could be related to your younger years. Were your basic needs met as a baby and when you were growing up? Where did this lack of trust come from? And that actually also ties in with something that shows up, which is feeling unsafe to be your true self. And I'm sure you've heard me talk about the witch wound before. And this is a common aspect of the witch wound, is it shows up in the base chakra as well as the throat chakra. So do you relate to any of those stories? I mean, it could be that some of those stories are not originating from this lifetime, that you've brought them in from other incarnations, or, as I said, because it's connected to your family and your ancestry, it can very often be their stories that you're carrying, particularly ancestral stories. There's been a lot of displacement amongst our ancestors. They've gone through a lot of trauma in their base chakra. So that can carry through and you can be still holding that energetic story. So I'm sure as I talk about these, it's fairly obvious for you how these type of stories and beliefs can impact your business. But I'm just going to focus on 3. So the obvious one is financially. Having limited or fluctuating cash flow in your business, or it could be attracting clients who can't pay or their payments are declined. And so, yes, this could be something to do with your business-based chakra, But it could also be some of these stories and beliefs that you have in your base that your business has taken on. This is why it is so important for us in life, really, not just in business. But I think once we get into business, we realize how important it is to really have a look at those stories that we are holding. Those stories around there never being enough. Around lack. Around lack. Or even, the stories around having to work hard for your money. All of those old business paradigm stories. So chances are you carry some of them in your base chakra. So this is definitely worth reflecting on. And, as far as shifting those, there are so many amazing people out there you can work with to help shift those stories. But number one, recognize the stories because they will be impacting your business, no doubt about it. So the second way that these stories can impact your business is that you never feel supported in your business, or you resist support in your business. And actually, one way you can resist is avoiding setting up structures and systems in your business. Now, I talk about that in relation to the business-based chakra, but that's actually you providing support to yourself as well as your clients. And if you resist doing that, you are actually stopping yourself from providing support to yourself. So if you have this story about not being supported, it might be that you feel that you are not supported by your clients. Like, why is no one booking in? Why isn't anyone supporting me? Why aren't they supporting my work? Perhaps you're feeling that lack of support from your partner because there might be a pressure from your partner or a perceived pressure of when is your business going to contribute to our household income? So you feel a lack of support because of that. You might also feel unsupported by your business because it just doesn't feel like it's supporting you because it's not supporting you financially. And it could be that you are disconnected from it also, which is why you don't feel supported, which is why I just talk all the time about connecting with your business, doing that little meet your business visualization, checking in with it regularly to help build that support. So like all these things, it's very easy to point the finger externally and say, well, I don't feel supported by you or you or you or you. But at the end of the day, as we know, they're all mirrors. It is actually about us. How can I support myself more? How can I support my business more? Because if that is looked at, that will help shift that energy in your base chakra, and suddenly the support will come in from the external. Now, a third way, and this is a really important one and a bit more subtle than the others, and it's actually this concept that the base chakra is to do with trust. And so if you have a lack of trust, that is going to have a huge impact on your business. So you may not trust that your business will even survive, let alone thrive. You may not trust that you have what it takes to be a businesswoman. You may not trust that all your needs will be provided, that you live in an abundant earth. You may not trust that everything is exactly as it needs to be right now at this point in time for your soul journey. And here's the clincher. If you are not trusting, or if you are mistrusting, that energy will move into your business, and you and your energy will radiate this energy of lacking trust. So how can clients be drawn into you if they're perceiving an energy of lacking trust? They will lack trust in you and your business because that's the energetic frequency that they're receiving. So can you see how powerful these base chakra stories and beliefs that you may have, how powerfully this impacts your business? Now, I just want to say this energy of trust I was just referring to, if you are feeling a lack of trust, it is a disconnection from yourself. It is a disconnection from the earth. It is a disconnection from your business. It is a disconnection from others. And one of the main ways to reconnect is to reconnect with the earth, to ground, to remember that you are part of nature. That shifts so much energy around trust, around stability, around support. It really does plug you back in, so to speak. So this is a really powerful way to help transmute those energies in your base chakra, plug you back in, and provide a more solid foundation for the other chakras that sit upon the base. The base is the foundation. If it isn't strong and clear and sort of vibrationally aligned with you, with who you are, those other chakras sitting on top can never be fully in their power. So next week, I will share with you a new meditation. I haven't made any new meditations for a while, so I will share with you a new meditation. I'm going to aim to keep it under 10 minutes to make it really easy and quick for you to do regularly, and it will focus on these aspects of the base chakra. And just a reminder that if you enjoy working through the chakras in this way and learning more about the chakras, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because every Wednesday afternoon at 5 p.m., that's Sydney time, I'm doing a meditation, and each week's a different chakra. And even if you've missed the live, all the replays are there. So you can go back and look at the base chakra that I did a few weeks ago. And when I go round and come to do the base chakra again, I'll focus on a different aspect. So this is a great way to continuously transmute these stories from your base chakra, because it's like you evolve and then another layer comes up. So this work is ongoing. It's not like, oh, you listen to one meditation, fabulous base. I mean, that's not how we work. We are evolving beings. We're here for the journey, not for the destination. So my YouTube channel is youtube.com/Jacqueline Atkins. If you go to that, it's in the show notes as well. And subscribe and click the notification bell so that every time I'm live, you will be, which is once a week. It's not like it's going to be 3 times a day, but you'll get notified. And that way if you're free, you can go, great, I'll join, because it's so much fun. I love the interaction on the live. So I do love having people there live. And those meditations will support what I'm sharing with you here on the podcast. And until next week, have an alchemical week in your biz. Thanks for listening to Biz Alchemy. I'm Jacqueline Atkins. If you'd love to know more about the energy of business, join my newsletter list at jacquelineatkins.com and check out my receiving channel on Patreon at patreon.com/Jacqueline Atkins. Until next time, enjoy creating alchemy in your biz.